Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's Astro Jyoti Healing. This is a YouTube channel where you can find answers to your day-to-day questions about astrology, about the situations that you face in your personal life as well as professional life. In today's video, we are going to see placement of planet Ketu in the natal horoscope in nakshatra of Anuradha in the sign of Scorpio. If you are new to astrology, here is some background information about this placement of Ketu in Anuradha. Planet Ketu is a co-ruler of sign Scorpio and it is about occult knowledge, surrender, detachment, letting go of all the material desires, about wandering, getting separated from the situations that are entangling in the material world. Ketu is known as headless planet. That means it will provide something limitless. However, you will not be contented, you will not feel the satisfaction about that. Now let us see the information about Anuradha Nakshatra. Anuradha Nakshatra falls in the sign of Scorpio and it is the nakshatra of planet Shani, Saturn. Anuradha is about success. Anuradha is about the relationship between mother and the child. Wherever there is caring, that caring should come with discipline is the basis for Anuradha. It may be between a politician and the country. It is also about your religious guru, your mentor, your teacher and the person. Wherever there is caring, security, that shouldn't go excessive, rather it should have a discipline and structure is the base of this Anuradha. Anuradha is such a nakshatra which gives you lot of success. And when this headless planet Ketu is placed in the nakshatra of Anuradha, what does it denote? It denotes about your past life karma. It is about what you have experienced in the past life. Because Ketu is storage about all the past life. In this present life, we are supposed to work on where is Rahu placed in our horoscope. It is about our current life and our future. However, Ketu brings all the past experiences, past karma and whatever skill set that we have mastered in the previous lives. And this Ketu's placement in Anuradha indicates, well, you have lived a life which was spiritual enough in the past. And in this life, you are going to look forward to materialism. Think about earning, think about hoarding, collections, your own voice. But it is about banking and knowledge, and everything is about collection and increasing. Because Rahu is placed in the sign of Taurus when Ketu is in the Scorpio. Depending on Rahu's nakshatra, you will get the flavor little bit different. Anuradha falls in the sign of Scorpio, so placement of Mars in your natal horoscope is also very important. Placement of Saturn, placement of Mars and placement of Rahu's nakshatra together will give you what this Ketu is going to bring you for you. But Ketu's job in this lifetime is making you understand how much you go after material pleasures, collections, hoarding. They are not enough and one has to be spiritual at one point to get the best about this life on earth. Now let us see what Ketu can denote depending on its placement in 12 different bhavas in your natal horoscope. If Ketu is placed in the first house in Scorpio in your natal horoscope, that means you have already mastered about how to take care of your physical body, your social dignity in the previous life. You are going to bring that knowledge, whether it is about going through the way of occult science, going through any deep research or secrets that you have gathered and you have used to create impression in the society. You are going to use that previous knowledge to make different partnerships in this life. If Ketu is in Anuradha, Rahu can be placed in the nakshatra of Rohini, Kritika or Mrigashira. But still, you will use the knowledge gathered in the previous lifetime to create partnerships of this lifetime. If you have Ketu placed in the second house in Scorpio, that means you are talking about earning, family values, your lineage. These are all the things you have already mastered in your previous birth. In this birth, in this lifetime, you are going to use that knowledge to seek transformation, to bring out changes, end certain things and bring new changes in your life. This position also gives you some difficulties about creating your own voice in this world. You may want to keep things secret. Some people may have issues related to hearing or speech. These people might feel like left out from their own family. They feel to be separated from the family, and usually astrologers advise them to stay away from their birthplace. If you have Ketu placed in the third house in the nakshatra of Anuradha, in the previous birth you have already experienced teamwork, communications, siblings relationships, and you have gathered all that knowledge in this lifetime, all the courage that you have experienced in the previous life to bring out group activities, express your religious theories. You can gain earning via group activities in this lifetime with the knowledge that Ketu is giving you from the previous birth. If Ketu is placed in the fourth house in Anuradha Nakshatra, it means you have your connection from the past life with your mother or the family where you are born. You are going to use all the occult knowledge, all the secret information that is stored in your brain to gain visibility, leadership in this lifetime. Sometimes these people are seen to be traveling a lot and it is hard for them to make different partnerships. However, they will earn lot of name, fame and good image in this lifetime. Ketu will give you everything limitless. This person can have lot of properties, big houses. However, they may not get peace of mind by staying in one house. This is a classic placement where somebody could be living close to any smashan or a place which is deserted enough. If you have Ketu in the fifth house in the nakshatra of Anuradha, fifth is about creativity, your kids, your education. That means in previous birth, in the past, you have already experienced these things. This time you are going to use that knowledge to seek rewards, higher profits, gains, and create huge network circles. If you have Ketu placed in the sixth house in the nakshatra of Anuradha, this denotes you may have certain hidden enemies and that are related to the previous birth. but you have already experienced the physical pain, the dates, and arguments, imbalances, and you have tried to find solution, do research about them in the previous birth. In this birth, you are trying to use all that knowledge to create peaceful environment of privacy for you. Rahu placed in the 12th house can give you lot of travel into foreign land. It may happen that you decide to seek guidance from somebody who is into yoga, meditation, or spirituality and working in the foreign land. This Ketu's placement is little bit difficult to handle. However, Anuradha Ketu will give you success guaranteed once you decide to be detached and not to be revengeful. Ketu placed in Anuradha in the 7th house. It means you can have some previous connection with your spouse if there is connection of Venus and your ascendant. In other words, you have used all the previous knowledge about relationships, about partnerships, making deals, or doing consultation business, and you are going to use that knowledge in this birth to create a great social image for you. It can denote some issues related to respiratory. It can denote some issues related to the area of all the organs where there is reproductive system. Ketu also denotes surgeries, cutting, and hence one should be always careful wherever Ketu is placed. Ketu is a malefic planet and its existence is about letting go of materialism and going towards spirituality. If someone has Ketu placed in the 8th house, 4, 8 and 12 houses of Ketu are known as Moksha Triangle Ketu, and which is a strong Ketu. That means you are going to use the previous knowledge about occult science, secrets, research, transformation, yogic or tantric practices even in this life to give you earnings. This is a part of your family system, value system. This is what you are interested in talking about as well. This is a great position. However, always make sure you use the knowledge given by Ketu for the right reasons, for the benefit of humanity. If you have Ketu placed in the 9th house in the nakshatra of Anuradha, then it indicates all the group activities could be limitless. You could be a member of organization which is present into different parts of the world. You would love to work in large groups, but still it is not going to give you satisfaction because you will always feel like your teammates are deceiving you. Somebody is not honest enough. So use the knowledge given by Ketu to find satisfaction in the activities that are related to philosophies, groups, religious travels. Ketu is strong here, so use it for the right purposes and bring out the best for humanity. The axis of Rahu Ketu, when it is in 3rd and 9, people are usually good with communication skills. Ketu placed in the 3rd house can give some irregularity about communication, but placed in the 9th house can give you limitless publications. So use this axis. In either case, your life will be dealing with writing, communicating, coming up with different messages and delivering it to the world. Someone has Ketu placed in the 10th house in the Anuradha nakshatra in the sign of Scorpio. 10th house is usually about your workplace. It is about your father. It is about how society values your work. When Ketu is placed there, this person may not find a stable job. If that person finds a stable job, They may have to travel a lot, they may have to stay away from their home, but they have already done that in their previous birth in the past, and they have all the knowledge about it. They can use that knowledge and focus on the country that they live or the foreign land that they make as their home, and everything related to routines, security, and boundary of the situation. This Ketu may not give you satisfaction if you expect a lot from it, but it doesn't mean that you will not have job or you will not be on your own. In fact, somebody could be working as a consultant and they may change frequent jobs, they may change frequent companies or places, but they will be working a lot. Ketu placed in the 11th house in the Anuradha Nakshatra. It means you have Rahu placed in the 5th house. You are not sure about the creativity, education, or kids. There is some doubt, there is some dilemma, or you have overconfidence about those things. On the other hand, Ketu is trying to detach you from all the rewards, awards, and recognition, or all the desires that you have in the 11th house. This is definitely a difficult position because here person tries to look for awards, rewards, and creativity. They have it, they have gathered it in the previous birth, but in this birth they have to be very spiritual. They have to make sure that they are not deceiving anybody, they are not copying anybody, and coming up with their own attitude, own take on everything. This placement does not mean that one will not have education or one will not have any gains or awards at work. However, you will have to work hard for that, and you will have unlimited things related to those houses. However, Ketu will not let you find the satisfaction in it until you understand there is a limit for material awards. If you have Ketu placed in the 12th house in the natal horoscope in the nakshatra of Anuradha, it means in the previous birth you have already experienced meditation, yoga, places where people do spiritual practices, experienced unlimited activity as far as your bedroom goes. In this lifetime, Ketu wants you to use all those previous experiences to fight all the diseases, dates, or any doubts you have, any imbalances you have by consuming things. Use that knowledge to curb your appetite about material pleasures. Ketu in the 12th house will give you unlimited exposure to foreign land, international travel, import export, or it will also give you so many incidences where you will use different languages to communicate with others. But the key is, Ketu will give you limitless things, but it will not give you satisfaction if you are over ambitious. Do not take shortcuts. Do not try to deceive others. Typically, this is a connection between your father's family as well as mother's family. Make sure you are not deceiving your relatives. Ketu will always give you great results if it is conjunct with some other planet. Placement of Saturn, placement of Mars will always give more idea about how Ketu is going to express itself in your horoscope. On 1st June 2021, Ketu is going to transit from Jyeshtha Nakshatra to Anuradha Nakshatra, and it will be a Ketu return for you if your age is 18, 36 and so on. So you are completing one cycle of Rahu Ketu, and starting the another one. It will unfold new life lessons for you, but Rahu Ketu are there to help you, to navigate you, to balance your life on the earth. So don't be afraid of them. Ketu is known to give some malefic results, and to reduce them, watch this video about tips to reduce the negativity about Anuradha Nakshatra. And always for Ketu, you can do Ganesh sadhana, you can sing Ganpati Aarti, Ganpati Stotra, you can do fasting on the Tithi of Chaturthi or Sankashta Chaturthi. Donation is another way to get best results from Ketu. And always remember, Ketu is a flag. That means this is something that you have already mastered. So have faith about the significance of the house where Ketu is placed. You can fight it, you can face it, and you can get success from it. That is what Anuradha is about. Take care of others, help others, and have a disciplined attitude towards it. After all, Anuradha is Saturn's nakshatra. It is about discipline, it is about giving, and it is about patience. Hope this video helps you understand the natal position of Ketu. It will also help you understand what to expect when Ketu is in Anuradha from 1st of June. Please like this video, share this video with your friends who are dominant Scorpio. Also, subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Namaste, thank you, Shubhamastu.